Hello there, it is Pete over at the Sampleist, and today we are checking out the Orchestra colours by Sonuscore for Steinberg's HALion. The Orchestra has seen many updates, developments and expansions to become a powerhouse scoring tool. Whether it is the orchestral animations, scores, sections or curated ensembles, the Orchestra has something for all composers to help shape their compositions. Now with the Orchestra colours, we have an entire lightweight orchestra inside HALion, featuring both individual instruments and custom ensembles. While this is not as extensive as the Orchestra series, this is a 6GB orchestra with everything you need to create not only sketches and final pieces, but to add quick orchestral flourishes to your works. The Orchestra colours downloads at around 6GB and it runs in the full version of HALion and the free version of HALion Sonic. It's currently on intro sale of £99.20. In this video, we're going to check out the sounds and instruments of the Orchestra colours, and then I've thrown it into the composing challenge. I gave myself an hour and a half for this one, see what I could come out with. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Sonuscore for sending over a copy of the Orchestra colours so we can make this video. While we do get the libraries for free, it doesn't in any way cloud our thoughts, ideas or judgments. We are just working composers giving you our insights. So without further ado, let's jump into the Orchestra colours. Here we are, we have the Orchestra colours loaded up in the HALion 7 synth from Steinberg, and of course this is compatible with HALion Sonic, which is their free version as well. I've loaded up the string sustain full just so we can hear how gorgeous this sounds. Absolutely lovely. And of course I'm playing chords with my right hand, bass with my thumb while operating the mod wheel. But you've got so much in terms of dynamics to play with. You can get those gorgeous swells going on. Now, the library is made up from strings, brass, woodwind, percussion, choir, mix, which are your curated ensembles, and then we've got an empty instrument so you can build your own ensembles as well. And as we can see, we've got marcato, we've got staccato, pizzicato, sustain, and tremolo. Now, if I load up the tremolo full, we can hear tremolo across the board. I love those dynamics. Beautiful. And then if I load up tremolo voicing 1, you can see, depending on which key you press, you're going to get different parts of an ensemble. So you can hear the difference there. That's just violins, and then the rest of the ensemble comes in with the green keys. That sounds like a viola to me. But now we get all the basses. So if I play more chords, you get different textures within the same instrument. So we've got tremolo, and we've got the same for sustain. So I'll just play a chord voicing for sustain. Absolutely lovely. Then let's try some pizzicato. I'm just going to play the full patches from now. Absolutely lovely. And then we also have marcato. Lovely. I was just checking to see if the mod wheel was functional there, but obviously due to the articulation, it wouldn't be, which is fine. And then staccato. I'm just trying to play the range. It's beautiful stuff. So those are the main articulations: sustain, tremolo, pizzicato, staccato, marcato. And if you go into singles, you can then load up all of the single instruments from the ensemble, and you have all of those articulations as well. So the violin 1 sustains. Yeah, they sound gorgeous. And yes, there is no legato, but I feel like the way it's been programmed and the cut-off, especially of the notes, like the release is absolutely perfect. And they're so dynamic as well. So let's just hear the cello. If we go into singles again, cello sustains. Yeah, it is beautiful. So let's check out the brass. Let's go for the sustain full. Beautiful. And then let's check out the staccato. Actually, let's go major. If we're going to play in D, let's go major. Yeah, it's very cool. Let's hear the marcato. I love the range. I really love the range. And then of course we got the the singles. So footed horn sustain. Beautiful. And I will play the low brass because I think it sounds brilliant. It all sounds brilliant, but I love this low brass. See how low it can go. There's a low F. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, then we've got woodwinds. So I'm just going to play the sustain full. Yeah, it's very agile. which is lovely. Then staccato. Beautiful. Marcato. Lovely. It's just fantastic. You can see we've got flute, clarinet, oboe, bassoon, contrabassoon. I'm going to play the flute. I love the vibrato. It is gorgeous. Let's go on to percussion. So we do have singles. If I start there, so you can see we've got a few more instruments. So we've got harp. Lovely. And there is tubular bells. So for my spaghetti western, absolutely perfect. It's going to go grand piano. Lovely. Now, these instruments are a little bit quieter, the singles, than the ensembles. And you can see they've got glockenspiel, timpani, hits, rolls, tubular bells, big percussion. If I play glockenspiel and tubular bells... Lovely. Let's do glockenspiel and harp. Lovely. I keep saying lovely. I know I'm doing it, but it really is. It just sounds beautiful. Timpani on the left, and then percussion. So the percussion on the right is more bassy to the left, then higher to the right. And then obviously the timpanis are all pitched. Lovely. And then we've got choir. Choir's amazing. I love the Sonuscore choirs. I really do. So the mod wheel. I did slip on a note there. So that's the choir sustains full. Then you can separate it into women only. Very ethereal. And then the chaps. I was going really quick there, I don't know why. These chords are gorgeous. I did hit the pitch bend there by accident. Okay. Lovely. And then if I play, we do have singles. So we got the staccato. So you got syllables in the staccato as well, which is very, very fun. And let's just do the Elven Choir. Yeah, put lots of reverb on there. You got an amazing soundscape. And then we've got these mix. So the mixed are essentially these ensembles that have been created. So we've got flute, oboe, trumpet, violin, and violin 1 and 2. Yeah. Let's try a few more. That sounds cool. I was getting some ABBA vibes there. Comedy staccato, always fun. Yeah. Great for dramedy. There we go. Let's try some more. So got horns, violins 1 and 2, viola, sustains. Must use the mod wheel really. Yeah, very, very cool. And let's just do one more. Let's do this one down here. So we've got flute sustain, choir, and violin 1 and cello. Getting Highlander vibes that time. And there we go. So there's lots more to look at and to investigate, but that is the idea of the orchestra colours. So much going on there. Again, if I just look at these presets, a huge amount to play with. And you know, obviously I summed this up in my closing thoughts, but the value for money is absolutely huge here. £99 and 20p at the moment. Yeah, that's really good stuff. Now, what we're going to do is go into the composition. But before I do that, I'm going to just mention, please check out all of the videos on the Steinberg website and through Sonuscore, because the walkthroughs are more in depth. This is just a flavour of what you get in the library. So if you want to know how everything works in detail, there you go. That's all online. And of course, the manual is absolutely great. Just gives you every single function that's going as well. So we're going to go to the composition. For this one, I gave myself an hour and a half, and I wanted to see how quickly I could score with the orchestra colours. So I made sure that all the orchestral elements and the piano is all from the orchestra colours, but I did want to combine it with some of my own libraries. So I use some of my own percussion and sound design, like hits and risers and things like that. But everything orchestral is from the orchestra colours, and it was really good fun composing with it, but I just found it incredibly easy to use. So I do talk about a little bit later about whether I feel, who is this for? And I just really want to emphasize this is not just a small, lightweight sketching library. The sound quality is fantastic. So I'll be using this in conjunction with other orchestral libraries. I'll be using it on its own. I'll be using it in my mobile rig for sure, because it's so lightweight. And it's, again, just sounds great out of the box. It's wonderful. So yeah, so there's lots of reasons I would use the orchestra colours. Check out the composition. It is a hybrid orchestral, so I want to do something a little bit different and different from the demos. I have been lucky enough to hear those as well. So yeah, so in context, this is my 1 hour 30 minutes composition, hybrid orchestral, using the colours predominantly with a small amount of my own sound design and percussion. There you go. On with the music. After that very touching story of aliens taking over the world and then humans fighting back, and then they become friends, it's wonderful. But for some reason, the world blows up anyway. We're on to the closing thoughts section of the video, and we're talking about the orchestra colours from Sonuscore. I love the orchestra as a library. I've used it for years and years and years. When I did the Pulse video a couple of weeks ago, I talked about my love of the orchestra there. And you do have the animations and the scores, and then of course the curated ensembles and the individual sections. And I'm more of a individual section kind of user because I love the sound of the orchestra. The timbre has that particular one. It just really, really works for me. So I use it on its own. I layer it with other libraries. Absolutely brilliant. And I do use the animated side of it as well, depending on the project that I'm working for, and of course deadlines, because it is a great time saver. So for me, it's wonderful to have that library or the side of it using ensembles put into HALion. Now, I love using HALion. I think it's a very, very underrated synth, and it was just so easy to work with. And of course, you've got all the customization options that HALion gives you, and you can stack up your own ensembles or use the pre-made ones. But it just sounds wonderful, and there is so much in there for the £99 and 20p. It is just great to work with. So in my composition, I made sure all of the orchestral elements that you heard and the piano was taken from the orchestra colours, because we need to hear what it sounds like in context. So there's nothing else from any other library, and yes, there isn't any legato, and that doesn't bother me in the slightest. And I went for a hybrid cinematic score because I have listened to the demos from Sonuscore, and they are amazing, like absolutely amazing. But this one's a little bit different, and maybe if you are a hybrid orchestral composer, it might help you hear it in context. I don't know. However, again, I use my own sound design. I put my own percussion, my go-to percussion. I had an hour and a half, so I wanted to see how quickly I could get something down. And it was really easy. And while I was working with it, it sounded fantastic. As soon as I put on my master chain, did a little bit of tweaking, it just really came to life even more. It's really good. 6 gigabytes, £99.20p. The instruments you get, all the orchestra sections, obviously all of the curated ensembles, and then the percussion. You've got the piano and you've got the tuned percussion as well. I just think it's wonderful value for money, and if you're looking to add to your HALion synths, go for it. But yeah, I just think it's cool. It's more than a sketching tool. You can do finished compositions with it. You can blend it with existing libraries, or you could just use it to add quick flourishes as well. And for me, I'll be using it, especially with, I always like having really quick orchestral elements when I write crime music, for example, and this is absolutely perfect. So I'm going to be reaching for it for that as well. There we go. All that leaves me to say is thank you so much to Sonuscore for sending out a copy of the Orchestra colours so we can make this video. If you like what you heard, feel free to leave a like on the video and of course drop us a comment. What do you think about the Orchestra colours? Is it something you'd pick up? Is it something you're going to use? If you're not done so already, please check out our other videos on YouTube. We have around 500 now, and of course please hit that subscribe button. We just love seeing the channel grow. We don't have any kind of advertising deals or affiliate links, so this is the best way you can support us. So yeah, there's the button. Go on, give it a good prod. Until next time, have a great day and keep making that gorgeous music.